Margins Podcast. Podcast where we talk about
books
that start a conversation.
Leave a mark.
Start a conversation.
Stay with you long after last
I
page.
jumped the gun this time.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
I did.
Yeah, but look at it.
I know.
Guys, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So this week we're gonna be covering a book like usual.
As always.
As always. But guys, real quick question.
Yeah.
What if hell wasn't pain? It wasn't fire.
No.
It's not torture.
What is it?
What if it's time? Something arbitrary like that.
But isn't time good?
Here on Earth, we always want more time. So imagine you had all the time you can possibly need.
And more.
And more. Today, guys, we are getting into A Short Stay in Hell by Stephen Peck.
This book is a listener recommendation.
Yeah.
Sent us by Jeremy Gurtel. If you are a viewer, you can see over my right shoulder. This is the book. We'll go ahead and have in post. It's going to zoom in. There's going to be this, someone's going to come out and say, "This is the book." You got all that in post?
Exactly. Gotta make it happen.
But yeah, listener recommendation. Jeremy, thank you for the recommendation. We will be going in on this as always. But to start it off, Cristiano Sanchez.
Yes, sir.
How goes it? How goes you?
You know, mentally,
Yeah,
better place.
Better place?
Better place than I was a month ago, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. Now, that's not saying that this is going to keep up.
Yeah, storm is over? Is showing on this? Oh, wait, cancel. Never mind.
You know, it's like the ocean. It could be clear skies and all of a sudden...
Terrifying. That is, the ocean terrifies me. And,
so...
And we were voyagers, you know?
Yes. Yeah, you're
I'm a wayfinder.
I'm about to say, technically.
And I'm going to stay on that island, bro.
I'll let you guys go do this.
You go do that because I'm not going past the break.
Someone has to watch home.
Yeah.
You know,
that's me.
But yeah, mentally, I'm cool. Physically, I am beat, tired. But whatever, you know? No complaining. We're dads. No, you don't get to.
Yeah. No, you don't.
What about you? How's it going, man?
Good. Boy turns. Tonight is the last night that I have a 1-year-old.
All right. You made it through the first year.
First year. Well, it's 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
but, you know, like right now, you guys would have been in the hospital.
A year ago?
A year ago. It couldn't have been that fast.
We're 2 years.
Oh, yeah, 2 years. So what else?
You said you made it a year.
Like, no, we made it 2 years. You guys had 2 years. Let me big ass 1-year-old.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's a big ass 2-year-old too.
Yeah, he's a huge 2-year-old.
That's the thing. He was in speech therapy today, and we had a sub, or like our spirit therapist wasn't there, so they gave us to someone else, and I could tell that there was a disconnect in understanding that he was younger. She's like, "Oh, he doesn't do this." I was like. And so I just threw in. I was like, "Oh, we were gone this weekend celebrating his birthday." And she's like, "Oh, his birthday was this? No, it's actually Wednesday. He's turning 2." And she was like, "Oh, I thought he was like 3 or maybe 4." Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, read the paperwork, lady.
Yeah, read the paperwork. Do your job. But yeah. Anyway, super excited about that. Super excited about celebrating him. Had a fun trip in Arizona. Got to see family.
Oh, it's a good time.
Always a good time. Emotionally happy, physically drained. It's how it goes.
It's all right. Gotta love it. These are the ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know? All right. Well, next, you want to jump into the bulletin or?
Oh, yeah.
Give it a little.
We have a good bulletin in here? Yeah, we do.
Let's see what we have.
Let's see what we have on the bulletin. What's posted on there?
Not a real bulletin.
Not a real bulletin this week. We'll say, are shorter books gaining popularity? I mean, we're doing a novella this week. I have read more novellas this year, within the last year.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy them.
Yeah.
You know, you're in and you're out. this book was barely over 100 pages.
Yeah, which I loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've brought this up before, and I know that I looked back and I got the name wrong, so I'm going to say it wrong again. But Frederick Bachman has some really good ones. I'm always gonna shout him out, but there's one specifically. I think it's called "Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer." I think that actually is the right one. Before I was saying it wrong, I probably got it wrong again. But
Close enough.
yeah, it's always nice when you're able to get so much out of just a shorter story.
Yeah, for sure. There's obviously my favorite short story is The Prophet. One of my favorite short stories. I also really like Patrick Rothfuss. What's it called? The Slow Regard of Silent Things. Great short story.
You still haven't read the other one, right?
No, I haven't.
I read them both. Yeah, but I think of the two, I definitely prefer that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, The Alchemist is basically a short story.
Basically a short story too.
It's probably, I would guess I was right around the same amount of pages as this one.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit longer.
It might be a slightly longer, but it might just feel like that because of how the story's set.
Probably just all the fluff that's in there. Just kidding. All the filler.
Do readers approach 100-page book differently? Yeah, I think that you're more gung-ho. Like, if you see a 1,000-page book,
you're not doing a weekend read on that?
Fuck no. Like, you have to set your plate for that. You know what I mean? So mentally, for sure, the way you approach a 100-page book is completely different than like a 1,000-page book. Mentally, it's just, and then like, I'm not gonna say like it has what's the word I'm looking for? When you read a 1,000-page book, it has a certain, by page 250, if we're not like really gunning and I'm not really interested, getting me through those next 100 pages, tough titty.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas with the 100-page book, I'm going to read the whole thing no matter what. I'm probably never ever going to DNF a fucking sub 100-page book. But,
yeah. Because that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Like, bro, you couldn't get through that.
Yeah.
So
I almost did.
How about to say, I don't know. I feel like Flatland.
Right away. Right away, which I'm talking about. Does length influence perceived value? Should we? Never mind.
I think I actually do think.
Have a caller?
When I was younger. Oh. Get your fucking mind out the gutter.
It's the motion of the ocean, my guy. It's a motion of the ocean.
When I was younger, I absolutely thought that. I thought that me reading longer books meant that I was an awesome reader.
Yeah.
And I'm reading awesome books. I don't really think it does much though.
Agreed.
There's a philosophical story benefit from being short. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the philosophy behind it is what you're going to gnaw on for the rest. Like the story might take X amount of time to finish. You will gnaw on that and think on it much longer than it took you to read it.
Plus, you don't want to get lost in the sauce.
No.
And that's the thing. Like longer books, there's just so much extra fluff and so much other things. And I won't even call it fluff. There's so many other things to hook onto other than the philosophy or the underlying themes that they really want you to. So absolutely, I do think that there is a benefit to having a short philosophical book for sure. One thing that is bulletin like James Islington.
Yo, yeah.
San Diego. I don't remember the date, but he is basically promoting the sequel to The Devils. Is it called The Heretics?
There's no way. I don't think that is the...
Check. Oh, we have to talk about two different books.
I think you are. Because the other one is a different one that he's promoting. Scion. It's like a futuristic like science or sci-fi.
Okay, yeah, that's one for San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay, so he did announce also, look it up, I think it's called The Heretics or something like this. It's the sequel to The Devil.
No way.
Yes.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'm ahead of you.
I know.
In book news. Jesus.
Where is The Heretics? You son of a bitch.
What? What about it? The Devils.
Yeah, you're saying the sequel to it?
Yeah.
So, and Islington said that?
Joe Abercrombie. in the largest text. In the largest text.
Yeah, and I didn't catch it. I was like, here's all the strength of the few. I know we're just brain dead right now.
So I'm tired, but look, here's
Wow.
here's the thing.
And you didn't send me shit on that.
There were two big book announcements, and I may have mixed them into one. I just
May have?
but most likely just now mixed both announcements into one. So if I separate them and do it the correct way, we have James Islington, who's promoting his new book, Scion.
Yes.
And that is a sci-fi, and he's going to be in San Diego. I would like to go to this event, so I sent it to Stren. Then there's also another announcement, the sequel to The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I think it's called The Heretics.
I'm still looking for that.
Just Google
Age of Madness, Half a King. That's a different one.
Well, I mean, I have been tired, so maybe I hallucinated it. But
did you dream this? Because I'm not even seeing it.
It has to be there.
I'm gonna look on good old Google. I'm gonna give it a Google. Sequel. Yep. But where's
it's announced for like next year, 2027, right?
It says on sale May
2027.
May 11th, 2027.
All right, let's go, guys. That's bulletin news.
That's great news. I cannot wait to get back to these characters. I love
Dante
Devils.
too. We were just talking about this.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with the adaptation. I think it was film. I might buy a miniseries. I'm guessing film though.
I think it's film.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's the bulletin.
It's embarrassing.
Paste it together in some kind of way that seems sequential.
We are gonna get eaten alive.
Maybe. Possibly. Probably. All right, guys. So little micro synopsis.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So you have Soren Johansson. He dies.
Mm-hmm.
And he expects a Mormon afterlife.
Don't we all? Didn't we all?
Instead, he discovers that basically Zoroastrianism was the actual correct religion. Because Soren followed the wrong religion, he is sent to a version of hell based around an enormous library.
Mm-hmm.
So one of his tasks, is to find one book, containing the complete and accurate story of his life. Once he finds it, he's free. He goes to paradise.
Yeah.
And so basically everyone who goes to hell has some form of this, right? It may not be a library for them, but everyone has some form of this one thing they have to do to exit hell. So basically in this book, hell is not eternal. It's like purgatory.
Yeah, they specifically say that there's a way through to better yourself and leave. So it's more of like a rehabilitation of oneself.
A la it's how does this?
Yeah.
A la Between Two Fires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stand a couple of books that we've covered that also go in on that subject.
This is the end.
Sure. Sure. So here's the thing though, guys. Yeah, he has to find a book about his life, right? This library has basically an infinite amount of books.
Yeah.
It's something like...
Yeah, it's not infinite, but it would very much seem like it.
It might
light years.
So it is finite.
Yeah.
Finite, but it is... I forgot the exact number. It's something like 10 to like the 1 millionth power or some shit. It's like an insane number, 1.8 million. And it's like, basically there's more books than atoms in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, although it's not infinite, it might as well be.
Might as well be. It might as well be.
Okay.
And this is all based on, I can't remember if it actually references it here, but he based it on Babel's library or Borges library.
Yeah.
And the idea behind that.
Right.
if you're expecting me to expound on that, sadly it is not. It's just a big ass library.
Yeah, it's a huge library.
It's a very large library.
Basically,
A little bit about the author, a little bit of a spotlight on Stephen L. Peck. Stephen L. Peck is an academic and has scientific background. He's currently in biology, or at the time of one of the interviews I listened to, actually I should check that. I think on Google it said he still is, but is a professor of biology at Brigham Young University. Where he enjoys philosophy, religion, and fiction. Jorge Luis Borges, The Library of Babel is what we were saying that it was based on, and why a scientist might be uniquely suited to writing horror about scale and infinity. I got to listen to an interview he did on Mormon Stories.
Yeah.
Very interesting podcast for anyone who wants to listen to those. But he went on there and talked about this book, and he's very much, as someone who has background in, was raised Mormon, the fact that Soren in this book, I'm just going to give you this tidbit before we do a deep dive and start getting into the questions and all that. Their idea of a heaven, there's 3 levels: telestial, terrestrial, and celestial. And depending on what you do on earth, you'll be ranked. But their idea is that basically there is no hell. That the idea of like you not getting to the next level will be a hell. But there's a famous quote or like idea behind, if you knew what the lowest level was, like what you would experience, you'd kill yourself now to get there. So the idea of like you thinking that, and then you go somewhere like this, or what we're about to explain is like, what?
Right.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. He, like, for example, he was married.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Married, 4 kids, or somewhere around 4 kids or 5 kids. I'm mixing it with him and Steven now, like, because I heard his bio too. But yeah, had kids and everything. So had a full life, faithful to his religion, and just had a very clear idea.
He'd be married forever.
Yeah, because also in that religion, if he did the right things and he got to the top level, he'd become deity-like and be able to create worlds and go to the different parts of the universe that still need ruling or help and create more worlds.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
All right. Well, in this book, he was wrong.
He was wrong. What's funny about that is, he wrote this, and I heard him in this interview say they referenced South Park. I don't know if you've seen the famous Mormon episode.
I haven't.
So or I'm not even sure if that was actually in I don't think it was in the Mormon episode. There's just an episode where they're in hell, everyone's in hell, and everyone's lined up, and everyone's like, but I was Catholic.
Yeah.
Oh, but I was this. I was devout. I was Buddhist. I was blah, 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 blah. And like, well, then who was right? And the demon or whoever was over goes, it was the Mormons. The Mormons had it right. And so it's been like an inside joke for years. And it's very almost identical to what happens with the devil at the beginning, or the demon at the beginning, and reads it. Well, Stephen had never seen that episode or heard of it. Or so he says.
So he said.
And everyone's like, I guess I gotta see this episode, but almost verbatim what happens. So anyway.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. That's funny though. I gotta go catch up on South Park. So yes, guys, Zoroastrianism, which was like, I think it's like Indian.
Real religion.
Yeah, real religion.
Dates back to like Old Testament times.
Yeah.
There's never been like a large, I think as of right now, it's like 200,000 members, if that.
And so the gag here is that, and how can God grade you on worshiping the correct religion if most people in the world are not familiar with your religion? And this isn't just for like small religions as well. You can just take Christianity. Yeah, people are familiar with Christianity, but they may not have grown up in an area where that was the dominant religion, or the accessible religion, or whatever the case may be. And so to have been judged for that, it's a huge conversation. It's a huge talking point in this book. It's one of the first concepts you run up against obviously because he dies, and it's a huge thing because you have, I think there's like someone who's Christian there. Obviously, you have someone that was Mormon there.
Well, yeah, he was the last one.
Yeah.
Agnostic, atheist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like, yes, exactly what you said with like the South Park thing. It kind of pokes fun at the idea of being judged for something that you were ignorant about in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is, hilarious in its own weird way.
Absolutely. The irony behind it is, wow.
One of the questions up there is, do you think it's kind of poking fun or criticizing the religion of being more? I don't think though.
No,
I think that it's poking fun at the thought process though.
Yeah. I think of maybe of all religions, he is very much an active member of the Mormon Church. As I said, he's a professor at BYU, which in order to work at BYU and be an active professor, you have to have what's called a temple recommend. Mm-hmm. They have their holy synagogue that they do their worshiping and special ordinances or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And in order to enter that, you have to be worthy enough.
Mm.
So in order to be worthy and a true believer, you do have to obviously believe in those things, and in order to get that. So I don't see him taking shots or like throwing strays their way.
Yeah.
It was interesting that he was very progressive in some ways, in many ways.
I'm about to say hella progressive, technically.
Yeah, absolutely. In the way he thinks, because he's actually very open to the idea of evolution.
Mm.
He's a biologist, so it's not like...
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. So he was even made a joke in an interview that I heard that he was... that his calling at church is over the children. It's called nursery. He's like, I think they do that so that I'm not with the older ones teaching evolution, But yeah, I don't think he would be taking shots there or making fun of. He does point out that he does put a mirror up to it, though. If you watch a lot of like early Mormon, take a trip to Utah, go into one of their chapels, or you see a lot of their early videos of like teaching and everything, you're gonna see a lot of one color, and that's white, and that's why he wanted to put that mirror up. It's referenced in the book that Soren's like, I looked around and everyone was white.
Yeah.
And Stephen was like, yeah, I wanted to show that it's kind of ridiculous that there was ever an idea that that's what it would be like, and that if for hell, he's like, in my mind, heaven would be diverse.
Right.
So hell, on the opposite side of the spectrum, would be bland. There would be no diversity.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, oh, I liked that flip and that self-awareness,
For sure. There's a bigger conversation here, but I was like, I'm gonna save it for like, I guess, our deep dive.
Okay.
All right. Some other things we kind of hit on already, which is like the earthly marriage versus post-mortal freedom, right?
Gone.
She's gone. She's gone.
She's gone.
She's gone.
What was her name?
Right. What are their names? Because your kids too.
Nothing.
And I never thought about that. Like, honestly, I don't think it ever occurred to me that like the afterlife of like, because usually when you think of dying or something, it's quite personal.
Yeah.
I mean, at least at my age and my life, I don't think I've ever thought about, oh, what happens? Am I just gonna sit there and just kind of wait around? And then like your kids, what if your wife remarries or something? And she's from like, meet you in heaven, like, hey guy.
Yeah.
It's like, I met somebody else and you've been kicking it.
Yeah.
Like, because you believe it, right? So it's like, it's hilarious. And it's like kind of, I hate to say poke fun, but they kind of go over that concept, right? And I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Right.
It's was it Prime? I just saw it. What did we watch on? I can't remember what one, but the lead actors in it, Miles Teller, Elizabeth Olsen, and Callum Turner. Movie called Eternity. Funny enough, leads were Mormon.
No.
It's not a big thing that like it's referenced, but not.
Yeah.
Especially, I think it's based on a book, and that's they delve into that more in the book. But in the movie,
Yeah.
it's just the idea of you get to heaven and you have to choose your eternity, and they're like vacation packages. Hey, your heaven's gonna be Hawaii for the rest of the days. Hey, yours is gonna be the wilderness. Yours is gonna be this trip. It could be a specific era. It could
Yeah.
be this, that, and the other. But then she has her ex-husband who died in the war,
Yeah.
that they were young when they were married, and then the husband that she met after, that she spent years and years with and had kids with and had a whole life, but that was her true love at the very beginning in her mind. So that's a whole conundrum with there. But I just thought it was funny how in one sense they're figuring out, like, they're tailoring hell in Peck's book to the person, and like down to, oh, you're smart, so you went, like, you know, academics, we're going to send you to the library.
Yeah.
They did something else with that first, the Christian
guy. Yeah.
and he said, oh, this is going to be ironic, so we'll do this. So you know that there's like play in there.
Yeah.
And then in Eternity, in the movie Eternity, they did the same thing with heaven, but because of that, and because of the, what's it called, analysis paralysis, like when you have too many options, that can become hell, even though you have only good things to choose from.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, I love the back and forth. That is a big thing. Okay, this might be another thing I told you. So in the Mormon faith, the word eternity, eternal, is heavily used.
Yeah,
I think in almost so many religions for afterlife. But we talk about an eternal marriage. So I talk about the temple. Yeah. People get sealed in you know, you have like your lawful marriage, which in the Mormon church, you go get your temple or your marriage license, and then you go to this temple, you perform an ordinance, a sealing ordinance, where you're then sealed. You make a covenant between you, your spouse, and God, saying that you promise all these things, and then you are locked together
forever, for eternity. Is there like lower divorce rates?
There was.
Yeah.
There was. They're pretty high nowadays.
Huh.
Look into that. But yeah, they're back in the day, not as many.
Yeah.
Interesting thing. This isn't a stray, but men can be sealed to as many women. You know, say the wife dies, sealed again.
You get sealed again.
That
just keep sealed
again.
Yeah.
Women,
one.
That's it, guys.
You're locked in.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hold on. What can you do?
Hey.
That's what the golden plate said. Anyway. So yeah, there's a lot there. But that the idea that you, again, someone who's so faithful to a religion, and this could be any religion, it doesn't even have to be Mormonism, but for Soren, the main character, you make all these covenants, you live your life that whole time, especially when it comes to eternal marriage, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna meet up with unsaid or wife that we still don't know the name of in the book because of that aspect.
Yeah.
He gets there and it's like, oh, none of that was true. And it's kind of crazy how he's pivots, but it has to. I mean, you are there for eons.
And so at first, when he first gets there, he's kind of pissed. He's like, I did everything I was supposed to do.
He reruns his life over and over.
Hell? Like, like I did everything I was supposed to do. I got married. I had kids. Good person. And his reason for being hell is he just was in the wrong religion, which is hilarious on a different level.
Yeah.
But basically, he ends up kind of spinning his wheels, trying to figure out where did he go wrong. So there's a point where he spent years and years and years replaying his life, which I thought was pretty cool because that's something that happens in a lot of other religions as well, right? Where you have honestly, I'm not sure, there might be a secular piece of that to that as well, right? Like the whole life flashing before your eyes.
Yeah.
Right. So the book touches on that as well. And for such a short book, you really go through a lot of different phases, right? You go through like the denial, acceptance, he ends up, meeting other people and kind of having to go through those phases all over again.
Yeah.
So it's I'm trying not to touch on things that I want to touch on later, but yeah, that's something that I'm glad that you brought that up because it is a big part of the book. Like not just even in terms of like marriage, but just like relationships in general.
Relationships in general, your ideologies throughout your life that you were so concrete that
Yeah.
you knew were true
Yeah.
are now nothing.
Yeah. They mean nothing.
Yeah.
You break all bonds once you're in hell.
Yeah.
Or heaven. All right. So the library. We went over this earlier. This is basically it's an infinite structure. Think in the Matrix how Neo, what was it called? The construct,
Yeah.
right? So it's the construct. His construct is basically a library.
It's interesting though, because he's on one side, and we'll say sides, that there's two sides.
Yeah.
And he's on one side, and there's like all these books.
Yeah.
And then there's another side on the other side, and you like can see across.
Yeah.
And the different levels all the way up and down. So you can lean over the edge, and it just looks like an infinite pit.
Yep.
But you could see the floors going all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And each one has so many books in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
did they ever go over why, I'm kind of jumping ahead here so we can cut this if we need to, but why going down, people jump off and just kind of fall, and then when they go up, they take the stairs? Why not take the stairs down? I don't remember them ever going over that, but I
don't think them going down was ever I think it was to get to the bottom, but also because there's a Groundhog's Day aspect to the whole thing. That we could let them know about, which is if they die, they will be brought back to life. They say try not to do that, but you will be brought back to life. Mm-hmm. Also, there is a time system here, and at a certain time everything resets, books will be put away, you will go to sleep, and you will then wake up. There's no staying up. Tries to stay up all the way to the moment that when the clocks are going to reset, but takes you anyway,
which that adds on to the infinity thing, right? Which we'll get into. There's a lot there's so many concepts of time in this book. And when I say infinity, I'm mostly talking about the time scale here, because although hell in this book is supposed to be, finite, it's, for all intents and purposes, you stay somewhere for a billion years, billions of years, on any time scale, that's a infinity, because there's more than one infinity mathematically. We didn't talk about it, but like basically his teeth were fixed. Any kind of like blemishes that you had, you're your best self. After, like, you get remade to your best self. If you get injured, you can get injured. You still feel pain. Like all that's very much the same.
You can be bludgeoned to death.
Yeah, you can be bludgeoned to death. You can get your fucking arm tore off.
Losing limbs. You eat.
Yeah.
There's food. You have a nice little kiosk that you can order whatever you want.
Whatever you want from your favorite place.
That does sound like
exactly how you remember it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to get into later.
Okay.
There's really no big difference between heaven and hell in this book, right? There's no really huge line there. Before he gets to the library, he does end up in what people do view as hell, right? He sees people getting burned in a lake of fire, getting tortured, all that other stuff.
It's brought into an office that looks like your typical office. There's 4 other people there with him, and a demon sitting at the desk doing like a review with him. But behind him is this big window where you're able to see hot lava and people in the lava just screaming and it being tortured and everything.
So guys, imagine like your hell of trying to find a job, and you have to go to a group interview.
Yeah.
So you're in this fucking interview room.
I hated group interviews.
Group interviews fucking suck, right? Which I'm sure that's why you put this in there.
Yeah.
And so that happens, and he sees the lava, and like he's like, everyone's afraid. They're off their ass afraid, right? And they're like, what the fuck? And obviously they realize like, oh, that's just there to get you guys on. It's a joke.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Time to get into our bread and butter. 5 hard questions.
They're so hard.
They are extremely, but pause. So, you let's take the first one. I'm not sure.
You want to take the first one?
Sure. Okay. You are guaranteed freedom from the library after an undetermined amount of years. This says 10 to the 1,000 power years, which honestly I think it's more. Does knowing there is an ending provide any comfort?
Yes, absolutely. It's the thing that's going to get you through. I don't think that I think there's obviously going to be long hauls where it's like where you are going to
Be in despair.
in despair. You're going to hate even the thought of it. It's going to be a big grieving process. But the idea of there not being an end, that's something that like I just want to talk about in general. The concept of time is something we make to make like us feel okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a complete concept that we do or as like humans to be like, we have control, or we know we can like have our hands on this, when realistically it's just like everything else that we've done, not real. So I think even being able to be told, okay, I'm going to keep doing this to you, but it will end.
Hear me out here.
Yeah, no. I want to hear what would be the other side of this.
I don't know if it provides any comfort. To know might actually might be its own hell. Mm-hmm. It might drive you crazy in general, because basically at least if you think it's gonna be forever, you don't know how long it's gonna be. You're just dealing. You're presently just dealing every day, versus imagine knowing that this thing has an end, but an indeterminate end. Like, so I don't know, you're working out, I don't know. You like to work out. So what's something else?
Oh, you're trying to say something that you won't like to do? That's so funny. I was like, I'm working. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's dope. Cool.
Well, something that you don't want to do, like, I don't know, fucking swimming.
Yeah.
All right. So you're swimming in the ocean.
That's cold. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Throw in the ocean. Then I was like, I like to swim, bro. What the fuck?
Swimming in the ocean?
No.
Because for anyone, the ocean is fine, and like not everyone, but the ocean's fine to swim in until you start getting tired. Yeah. And then you're like,
you're dead.
I can die here.
Yeah.
It gets hairy. You know what I mean? There is no you're not just gonna put your feet down, especially if you're deep out there, right? So you're in the middle of the ocean. You get shipwrecked kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
In your mind, what can drive you crazy is that that technically there's 10 billion other people in the world that may come across, What happens when you're out there for 60 days and you don't see anyone?
Yeah.
That's what actually drives you mad, is the fact that that the possibility of there being an end.
I will say, I think that's a different argument.
What? Okay. How?
Because that is asking that if there's because at the beginning they said, hey, you find this book, it's done. We're done. Mm-hmm. This is saying, there might be, what you're saying is there might be a book. There's been rumors that there's a book that if you put this book in, it's done.
No, it's not. So the book exists.
Yes.
But it's rarer than it's the most rare thing that you've ever came across, though.
Mm-hmm. But it's there. Which I do agree. I do see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. But this is saying
it might as well be a fable. Because to be honest, one thing that the book doesn't discuss is that you don't ever know if anyone ever does get out.
Yes.
Like, it's because it's such a long period of time that the people, you're not like so how humans measure things is it has like endpoints.
Yes.
These endpoints could be like things that you experience or things that people that have experienced. But because you will almost absolutely, it's a given that you're going to meet people and then forget them and live without them for eons. Who's to say that you would ever know that anyone's actually ever gotten out? Because there is no shared experience over that expanse of time. And that's the issue with this, I'm going to call infinite, but it's not infinite, with this long period of time that they're spinning here.
Yeah.
And yes, I get what they're saying at the joke of like the demon guy being saying like, oh, relatively short. Like, this is
a short stay in hell.
Yeah, it's a short stay, right? I get what they're saying, because technically, yes, compared to eternity, Yes.
Yeah.
But by the time, and I think that Between Two Fires does this really well. By the time you are saved from this purgatory, it's almost like another punishment, because it's obviously not a punishment. You're being saved, whatever, cool. But you spent an eternity here already.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind is fucking fractured. Now, unless obviously they're gonna put you back together. You're good. You're great. I would almost say like the only blessing here is if they took those memories of that eternity you spent. If you had to live with that memory,
The psychosis of
having spent just an insane amount of time, all things you've lost, learned, went through, it would literally drive you. You would still be in hell in heaven. You would carry hell with you.
this will prove both of our points right here.
Okay.
This is where Goofy movie we will see eye to eye. Count of Monte Cristo. The moment, hear me out. Don't make that face.
Go ahead.
Don't make that face.
Go ahead.
Years and years of him tracking the days he was there.
Yeah.
You see psychosis set in, him start going mad, him becoming emotionless, apathetic to the whole thing.
Right. That happens.
He sees Dumbledore next door. He finally meets him. It's the same actor that played the first Dumbledore.
Yeah.
I know you know that, but I'm saying to other people. They find out about the plan, the digging, and what do we see? That he starts having hope again.
I knew you guys could.
No. Wait. It's still. There's still gonna be part of what you're saying.
Go.
So he does the whole thing. He gets out, and then how does his ass act when he gets out? Revenge has now taken all the sweetness out of life.
Yeah, for sure.
So the whole like taking the memories out.
Yeah.
Edward Dantes, if he would have gotten out there long before, like right away, he would have been the same happy-go-lucky guy.
Right.
But because he had what he had, he just saw vengeance.
Yeah. It
It
changed.
took everything.
Yeah, it changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this happens on a biological level every day for us. I brought this up episodes ago about as you get older, like let's say if you have a goal, the grand narrative in the thing is that if you don't reach that goal in a certain period of time, or you go through a series of really difficult times, it will shift the goal line for you because your intent now changes slightly. And it's not even your choice. It's like small things happen to you to where what you care about changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The lines move. And for me, this happened to me very literally, to the point where I reached my goal. By the time I reached, I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker!"
Not what I wanted.
Not what it's
At
not
the end
even
of the day,
worth
yeah,
it.
it's not enough.
Like the value here, the return here is not, not valuable for me at this moment with what I had to give up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying with this. And so I get, just to cut it short, because we're starting number one. Yes, knowing there's an end does provide a level of comfort. That level of comfort will drive you fucking mad.
Yeah.
It will drive you mad.
Yeah, I agree.
Number two.
If you were Soren, would you rather spend eternity searching alone, or bring one person you love into the library knowing they would share your punishment?
I guess I'd have to do it alone. It would suck, but I'd have to do it alone. Only because to put someone into this, it's cruel and unusual punishment. And I mean that in a couple different ways. One, to put them into a fucking infinite staircase where they have to keep going, hamster wheeling.
Yeah. Dante likes to read.
But then, like, there will be a point in time where you guys will be split up.
Yeah.
And you guys will never find each other again.
And you brought
them.
Yeah.
And so that is why I would say I would have to go by myself.
Yeah. Valid.
You?
If I got to choose who I brought,
Yeah, you get to choose.
there's some bad people that I would love to bring with me. Say, hey, guess where we're going? I'd find that silver lining and be like, you know what? The orange guy. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
He would drive you fucking crazy.
Now, what do you think? I would foot on the railing right away. He or me, we would be doing Spartacus right down. Or this is Sparta.
All right, question number 3. You find a book describing your entire life perfectly except for one sentence.
Ooh. I can't remember. Was there a punishment for if you put it in and it wasn't right? I don't think so, right?
I don't think
it's
so,
just, I'm throwing that shit in. I'm throwing it right away to make sure that it, to see if it works.
Okay, well, devil's advocate here.
Yeah. You? What?
Right. What if you do that
Uh-huh.
and the paradox you enter is based on that book?
And that one thing
Once, you know what I mean?
changes everything.
And now that is infinite.
Now you're almost dating your mom. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you, devil's advocate. And to you, I say, you son of a bitch. Let me be.
Yeah.
You want to be in the library the whole time?
I'm going to say yes, but I'm going to explain that in a deep dive.
You're left-handed in this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what the thing is.
Yeah.
4. Number 4. What would break you first? Loneliness? Boredom? Losing someone you love? Losing your memories? Or comprehending the scale of time ahead?
Comprehending the scale of time ahead. Because even just reading this,
Yeah. Existential crisis.
it fucked me up mentally. Like, I'm going to be thinking about this for a year or two now.
That's what all like the Goodreads,
Yeah.
all the reviews say. Like, I have put this book down, but it has not put me down.
Yeah.
What is on my mind?
Because yes.
You ever do psychedelics?
No.
I know this isn't the Joe Rogan podcast, but
I'm deeply afraid to do.
me too. Okay, that's good.
psychedelics.
I'm the same way.
I'm like, I don't want to like.
First time I heard a podcast or a documentary on those things, I was like, oh, I want to try it. And then you try one thing that isn't as bad as that. Like, I'm talking about like very entry level,
Yeah.
and your brain goes paranoid. You're like, oh, I definitely can handle that stuff then.
Yeah. No.
Not for me.
No. Like, my mind already goes to places, and so I very quickly I was like, oh, I can't. I'm not that guy.
I will break.
Yeah.
If I have too much caffeine, I break.
Yeah.
So
Like mushrooms,
ayahuasca,
ayahuasca, I just can't.
DMT, yeah.
I'm out. I'm out. All the healing properties of it, I love it. Like it can actually heal your brain. Amazing.
Yeah. I have great friends, very close friends that do it. They're actively do it. And I'm like, love that for you.
Yeah.
Wish I could go on that journey. Really do. I really wish I could go on that journey.
Same.
But I don't trust the guy in my head.
It's one of my fears. I'm like, because I don't know if I would ever come back. You guys might lose me. And it's like jumping off the fucking staircase.
Yep. He never came back. Someone's going to come back.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be me though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel that. All right. Number 5.
Did you ever answer number 4 though?
I asked number 4.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. You didn't get an answer.
You didn't answer the number 3. So.
Oh, whatever. All right. Question number 5. If you knew, you knew you would eventually forget everyone you have ever loved, would knowing that change how deeply you allowed yourself to love them in the first place? It's going to change how you connect with people?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Not you.
I know. For me, I think, but we're still talking about someone. I want to say that's something, and that's what I'm going to say based on this book.
Yeah.
Me knowing how Soren was raised and the standards, the values he had. Mormons have a thing called, there's a couple things. Law of chastity, which is your no promiscuity.
Gotcha.
So like there's no, they're very, you get married. Yeah. Monogamy.
Yeah.
Nothing till you're married.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean by no boots a banging, but until you're married. So they have that. And then they also have the word of wisdom where, no coffee, no alcohol, no drug, all that.
Take care of your temple.
Take care of your body. Yeah. Your temple. Your body's a temple. Exactly. That all goes out the window for Soren.
Yeah.
Which is like another thing that's nuts with it, where we're like, oh, we don't know his wife and kids, like their names or like what's going on, because this whole aspect of this. And then he tries coffee. He doesn't try alcohol, but that's only because we know him until this point in the book.
Right.
He probably does at some point.
For sure.
But there are things that are ingrained in him But that he finally gives up because he's like, well, obviously I got it wrong. The mind fuck that happens in there though is that he still early on is like, wait, but is this a test?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe maybe I was right. Maybe the religion was right, and God is just testing me,
Right.
which is all the mental gymnastics that you have to go through to just get through the day at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I say that is we have someone who lived a full life devoted to their religion and was someone who now in this, spoiler, bangs boots with multiple people,
Multiple people.
tries new things
Yeah.
in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Could say he takes lives.
Yeah.
Could say that he takes his own life. You know, there's multiple things that Soren, if we met him, if he was in this chair before he passed, we'd be like, oh, you're this guy. This is very much who you are. Whereas now we meet Soren in the afterlife and we're like, oh, none of that is still here.
Right.
So I do think that for me, maybe that wouldn't be the thing. I'd love to say that for me, that's the one thing, you know, being personable, having those human connections are like my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
But broken me, I don't know. You know,
I get you. I understand.
in search of that book.
I get you.
What about you?
This is kind of gonna go into the deep dive because I'm kind of ready to talk about that stuff. I don't think I'm unique in this, by the way, but it's something I've thought about a lot. I think that we as a human race, as a species, as a community, we tend to get wrapped up in all of the things. Becoming successful, being attractive, finding love, keeping love, being a good dad, being a good brother, being a good son, existing, like all the things that come with existence, right? Finding what's important to you, growing that. We get so wrapped up in all of these things and we forget that being here is the miracle.
Yeah.
And this is something that, like, from the time I was a kid, I've always been very intuitively in touch with, like, and then there's moments where I get away from it and I immediately stop back. I'm like, oh, this is it. Like, this is heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is also hell.
Yeah.
This is heaven, as far as you know.
Yeah.
Right? It's... So going back, you know, to answer the question for you, for me, I would keep everything exactly the same. I would probably love deeper. A la Benjamin Button. What's my other movie that touches on this? 50 First Dates, etc. Like,
because you have a better appreciation.
You have to. Like, this is it. This is it. And even if this is it means, you know, forever, you know, it can be, you know, eons and eons of time. You don't know how long you're going to have these people. It can be 2 weeks. It can be 1,000 years, right? Him and Rachel had a 1,000-year relationship.
Give Sandra in the corner just mean mugging. That was one of my favorite things I said to Jeremy afterwards. Like, oh, yeah. You're Sandra mean mugging. I think she's mad at me.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I kept in my back of my mind, I was like, one of these is going to be his wife.
Yeah. Well, the prologue gets you.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
I definitely thought he was talking specifically about someone in his life. And then when you come to find out who that he's talking about, you're like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
But yes, that's the thing. So for me, I'm the opposite. I think that I would want to, mainly because the big ordeal here, like in real life, in the book, is that don't lose touch with the fact that this is it. We are humanity. There's no other humans popping out anywhere. The experiences that we have are unique to us.
Yeah.
And you have to appreciate them for what they are, the good, the bad, the ugly, and keep it pushing. So yeah, I do think that it's and for me, that's one of the important concepts in the book that they don't overtly say, is that it's really important for you to understand that your heaven and hell is what you make it. And as humans, we have a unique ability to create our heavens where we're at, and we kind of create our own hells where we're at. The worst thing that you're ever going to experience is going to be because of a human, and the best things you're going to experience are because of a human. If you have the curse of forgetting everyone you ever knew, ever, every day, every week, every 1,000 years, I think that it would be better for you to deeply love every single time and then lose that, whatever that is, than for you to just be callous, because it's going to drive you crazy.
I thought you were about to say, because it's better to love and loss
than not love at all. No, it's going to drive you crazy.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah. So this is a surefire way for you to basically have a new life every single time.
Did you say new wife every time?
New
oh
life.
my gosh, I can't believe you would say something like
life,
that. I
guys.
would
New
never.
life.
I would never. Naya, come get your man. Alrighty. Final margins. More of a deep dive. Like, is there anything else deep divey that you wanted to get into?
Like the companions that he meets.
Yeah.
Bond, Rachel, Sandra, etc.
Sandra,
Right? Obviously, Rachel is really important to bring up. One, your wife's name comes up a lot of different places. Do you ever notice that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do. Where's Rachel? Yeah. Rachel is the most. Rachel, cover your ears. Rachel's the most basic ass name. Like when it comes to like, her name is a basic. I'm just saying it's the one that's so used in everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a biblical name.
Yeah, true.
So it's just one of the OGs that you will. There's, as someone who reads screenplays, writes screenplays, Rachel comes up like all the time.
Yeah, I can see that.
So Rachel. Oh, it's Rachel. It's Rachel.
See that.
Rachel.
And
So
I think in your mind, Rachel can be, it can look like anyone. It could be anyone. So people use it a lot because we all know a Rachel. We all know multiple Rachels, actually. I know a Rachel like Rachel. I know a Rachel like
That's my Rachel.
Ray.
yeah.
I know, you know what I mean?
Raechel.
Yes.
Rachael.
Yep.
Yeah. Autocorrect tries to screw me over all the time when I'm like referencing her or something. It's like, I did not spell your name like that.
Yeah.
That's not how I would ever do it.
Yep.
But yeah.
Rachel is really important in this book because I think that in order for us to understand as humans, I don't think we need it. It's not necessary, but it really deepens our understanding of the journey to have someone to go through it with. So while one of the earlier questions, would you bring someone with you? Would you go through it by yourself? I do think that having someone to go through something with someone deepens the journey. It's easier to go to the gym, have a workout buddy. It's easier to learn things. You have a study buddy.
Yeah.
You get me?
Immersion. Yeah, absolutely.
Learn a language. Like we literally are better together. And also different kinds. They represent different kinds of relationships.
Yeah.
Different kinds of love, different kinds of experiences that might pop up in real life, right? You have the ones that are, you kind of just like slam into each other.
Yeah.
And there's no rhyme or reason other than like loneliness, right? So for was it Wand?
I think Wand, the way I want to present this.
Yeah.
You have Sandra, who's just like, hey, we're in this. We're both in this.
Yeah.
Let's just be together.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Convenience.
Whatever.
Yeah.
To the point where there's not even a breakup. There's not an ending. She's just gone. She identifies that he's moving on.
Yeah.
It's not worth even her time to like go and cut him or do anything or like be like, what is this?
Yeah.
None of that. And then you have Rachel, most meaningful thing, takes up the prologue. It's where he finds his heaven in this hell.
Right.
And from that, you could say even what we were talking about knowing the end or having some sort of joy can cause the psychosis too, because now he is Batman from Dark Knight, just running around and where's Rachel? Where's Rachel? The whole time.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And can we do spoiler with Wand?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so spoiler with Wand is at the very end, there's this whole idea that, it's an infinite fall down the two sides in the library to get to the bottom. Well, it's not infinite.
It takes light years.
It takes light years.
Yeah.
So as he's going, he's like, okay, well, he does it for eons or whatever. And then he's like, okay, I'm done doing this for a while. And he waves off to the side, figures a way to finally skydive into the side and breaks his whatever and starts searching. His body's made whole again and he starts searching, and then he sees someone falling, and without thinking twice, he just jumps over the railing, grabs them, And you get this moment where it's like, oh, her arm was missing, her leg, and I just looked at her and she was so beautiful. In my mind, I was like, bitch, this is Rachel. You have some explaining to do.
Right.
Like, how did he land first? And she's not, like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And I did find that to be kind of a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Because the reveal is, oh, and her name was Wand. And you're like, oh, it's a whole different person.
Yeah.
But they are both so broken and so without.
Yeah. She's been falling for eons.
Yeah. He's gone through that.
Yeah.
He's now been alone for so long. Like, no one's around him down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like before where there was companionship around. He hasn't
seen a person in a long time.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And they just appreciated someone else being there.
Yep.
And they held each other, and then they spent time together. So it's funny how each thing or each relationship prepared him for the next, which is how real life is too. But like, you just have the whatever relationship, then you have this thing that you think is the most meaningful in your life that really sets the standard.
Yeah.
And once that's gone, you just have this void that you live with. And when there's an opportunity for that to be filled.
Yeah. So there's also another aspect to this where like these tragedies happen, whether it's an outside force or like a mental thing where he's kind of going through whatever, and then you meet someone and they heal that and they help you go past it. And that's something that also happens in this book, right?
Yes.
And so with Juan, with Rachel, etc. Like, and so that's also a part I was like, oh, I love that. That was great. To put all this in such a short book was insane.
Yeah.
It was really good.
He did put the challenge out saying, which I was like, I think you've told me about another book. I can't remember I don't think it was about the three body problem. It could have been about Will White's, but he said he put the challenge out to show or give him a book. I guess that would be a challenging series, but a book that covers more of a time expanse than this one. The person that was interviewing was like, that's cheating. You just kept adding numbers.
Yeah, but great read. Honestly, one of my favorite reads I've had in a long time because there's just so many big questions that pops up. The span of time, if I had to say a book that covers a span of time, it's a lot. I'm forgetting it. The series I read.
That's the one I was thinking.
Christopher Ruccio, and this is The Empire of Silence.
Yes.
Right, the Sun Eater series.
Yes, Sun Eater. Yes,
they cover an insane, like a human. So this one is like, it's so much time that it's kind of ridiculous that this book covers. Like it's almost a joke how much time this book covers. The Sun Eater series covers a ridiculous amount of time on a human scale. Not obviously, it's nothing compared to this, but this had, this book had the ability to kind of jump through time, right? Because you can fall for an eon.
What's the first thing you're getting at the kiosk?
For food?
Yeah, for food. You can order anything from anywhere, and it's exactly how you remember it.
For me, probably like some gumbo, some gumbo, and some
from a specific place, from a specific person.
Homemade gumbo from a specific person. I definitely gonna need some bread, some toast, or something, some kind of biscuit or something with that. Yeah, for sure. I'll take that. What about you?
Yeah, there's a dish my nana would make that was always just even as a child. It's called chop suey that I loved. Bowl of that. It's kind of like that. I guess there's already an internet mythical kitchen where they do my last meal. That's where we're kind of going into with that kiosk. Yeah. Anyway, there's probably some really good Mexican candy that I loved growing up.
Yeah, I'll take some.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If we're going with the doesn't exist, maybe some 3D Doritos.
Oh man, I forgot about those.
Maybe a Fruitopia.
Definitely a Fruitopia. Oh my god.
Those the citrus, sour citrus Altoids. Yeah. Anyway,
I'll take them.
Yeah. But yeah, great book.
Great book. A good read. And it was so short. To have such a great book and be so short is incredible.
That makes it even better.
Makes it
In my book,
yeah.
even better.
Great recommendation.
Yeah, Jeremy. Good job. You did good.
I'm going to have people read this book.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's not very fulfilling.
No. I'll be honest. It's kind of the idea of the whole, like, you finish it and you're like, that was that. And then the story starts. Because in your head, you just start reflecting on it and this all happens. Like, even going into this podcast, when I came in, I didn't tell Cristiano any of my thoughts. And it wasn't that I was coming in with a chip on my shoulder or anything about the book, but I was just like, meh. But discussing it and talking about the different things made the whole experience even better.
Yeah, for sure. You have to talk about this book.
Yeah.
If you read this book and you don't talk to anyone about it, you're not really getting to experience it how I think it was supposed to be experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. This is another week, another read. A Short Stay in Hell by Stephen Peck. Thank you. We'd love to have you on a podcast. Pick your brain over some of the stuff that I'm going to be thinking of for the next year.
Stephen does have a lot of other books too, so maybe we'll check those out as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll just have him back on to have a little conversation about this.
For sure.
One way or another.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you guys next week.
Next week. Margins Podcast. Like, subscribe, share.
Please.
Hold up.